I received a message earlier today of someone just really excited about a blessing, something that they were able to accomplish, and they shared it with me. And after I you know, responded to the individual, I just, went on with what I was doing, and I just thought like of how detrimental it is when we are not able just to celebrate with someone else, and what that really means. I thought about um, how God has really been dealing with me about these this lack, this mentality of lack, there not being enough, and how He's shown me this as the root motivator of so many of the things that I've done and the things that I've not done. I'm just thinking that there's not enough of so many things, not enough time, not enough resources, not enough energy, not enough mental, capacity, whatever it is, just this whole idea of lack, and just how embedded it has been. And unfortunately, is still in so many areas in of my belief system. And I saw how this was connected to what was taking place. This when I received the message, I just became so excited, for the person, because I was thinking about the way that God had blessed me to be able to witness what was taking place, and just how indescribable that was for me, and how thinking that there's not enough can be a hindrance to relationships and my ability to be happy for someone else. And in turn, my inability to be able to receive, what God has for me. The good and the perfect things in our life, they come from God. And so if I'm not able to be open to receiving these things because I think that there's not enough, then how is that going to affect me? How negative is that going to be for me or the one that is in that position? And I think that that is what is at the root of, like if a person gets blessed with something, they get something they've been waiting for, or they get something that was like a surprise and they weren't expecting it. That person who shares it with another person who's not capable of being excited for them, many times that's because of this idea of there not being enough. Oh, they got it. You see that with children, so many times where the other sibling will get something, and they immediately go cross their arms and get mad. And I've seen this to where the parent will they'll look at the child, and, they're taking something out, they'll give it to the first child. The other child that's there will get mad, go in the corner, and, kind of fold their arms. This is with some children, not all. And then the mom will then take out, the next thing that they have, and it's the same thing. And, or it's something that they specifically wanted. And then they're, happy, but they thought that, oh man, they got it and I didn't, as if there's not more, when the parent had more. And I think, and have experienced, or God has shown me how that can be a hindrance to me, me blocking myself from being able to see something. Like when we cut ourselves, like when somebody gets upset, it's not just their emotions responding independent of anything else. That is a response to a belief something that they have in their head. And you better believe that that belief is affecting other areas of their life. They're responding that way because of something that they believe. And that belief can block them from receiving what it is that they need at that moment, what they're going to need tomorrow and the days following that. It blocks them from that. And even if we think about that, like when you're upset, like you're not looking to help some, you're not looking to compliment somebody, you're not looking to go encourage somebody, help somebody out many times. You're upset. You're just upset. When your emotions are in a negative place, then you're just you're unable to function at the capacity to which you're capable of functioning because you have a veil, you have a shield, you have blinders to some extent on. You can't see what's going on because of something that you believe, and now this emotion is blocking you from doing that. And that's what happens when we get salty or jealous of somebody else because they're getting blessed. Like God has more than enough. Like there's more than enough. You don't have to worry about somebody else, getting blessed. I can think about this in the area of, maybe at a gym or whatever, or a bit, any kind of business, anywhere. There are people that will work with you that won't work with me. There are people that will work with me that won't work with you. For whatever reason, whether it's just because of timing or whatever it is, we have people that we are designed to serve, that we're here to serve for long periods of time and seasons, whatever it might be. But we are the ones who God has put in that position to serve them. And so I need to understand, and we can understand that, well, this is for me, but then there's also something for somebody else. And not just that there's enough, but that God's going to give us the one that we really, really like, the one that we really not only not so much like, but the thing that is really designed for us. It's like, for example, going back to the child again, if the child is upset because her sibling gets a particular, doll or toy or dress, and then they get mad, or they say, okay, you want it, you can give them that, and then bring out the other one, and they say, oh, I want that one. Or you give something to the first child, the other child gets salty, and then you take out the thing that they have. It's different from what the other child has, but it's what they specifically like, the color they like, or maybe it's a pair of shoes and their shoes fit them. They don't fit the other sibling. And so that just came to me this morning, just how grateful I am that God gave me that perspective and showed me how it could potentially be different in these situations. And so moving forward, I can have a different level of understanding. I was even more grateful for me being able to witness and for someone to share that with me. I mean, it was a blessing for that moment. It gave me a boost of encouragement and a breath of fresh air. When I received the information and thought about my personal situation, I was encouraged because I was like, man, that person can do it, then I can do this thing that I so desperately have a desire to do. And so be encouraged today. We don't have to be worried that there's not enough. God is an exceedingly abundantly above and beyond God. Like he's he doesn't run out of ideas or resources, and he knows us individually and intimately, so he's going to give us the perfect gift. So be encouraged in that today. I'll talk to you later. Have a blessed day.